Hi everybody, Noah the Peaceful Wanderer here. I'm in the south of France, about an hour south of Toulouse. This beautiful waterfall I found to come and sit and give you a talk today. I want to talk to you about sensitivity and what that really means. You know, something I found that was quite helpful in my life was when I started to question and say, what would happen if? So for me, a big moment came one time when I was eating dinner it was actually lunch in Chicago, the USA. And I sat down to dinner, or lunch, and I said, what would happen if I ate this food as slowly and as gently and as sensitively as I could? And I said, I don't know, let's find out. I'd never asked myself that question and never experimented like that. So I took the fork in my hand, and I'll simulate it with this twig. I took this fork and I held it as gently as I could, as sensitively as I could, to where I could feel the weight of the fork. And I started to eat the food, lift the food as gently as I could, and I started to chew the food as gently as I could. And before I knew it, I was tasting tastes that I'd never tasted before. The food had a different texture. Everything had slowed down. And the whole experience, everything became slower. When I left there and I started to interact with people, I noticed that I could slow down and be more sensitive with my speech, to where I was talking very calmly. And all of my actions, my steps, my walk, every movement became super hypersensitive, to where I could feel every little movement. And as I did that, as everything inside my being became more sensitive, then my thoughts became more sensitive and they slowed down. And all that nervousness, all that running that was constantly occurring in the mind slowed down, just because I physically, outwardly, became sensitive. And I learned that this was a great gateway into quieting the mind. If you're having a hard time getting the mind to settle down, let your outer become sensitive. Start to talk sensitively. Start to relax. You know, something I noticed that day also was that when I relaxed and everything became sensitive, my tongue in my mouth relaxed, and it filled up the entire mouth. It was always so tense and tight that I never realized how soft and relaxed that. You know, the tongue is the strongest muscle in the body. So when the tongue is sensitive, you are sensitive. And so this was a great way to get the body and the mind to become relaxed. Not to force it, but to every once in a while just say, what would happen if? What would happen if I did this? What would happen if I did that? Experiment with the brain and see if you can challenge to learn new things that you've never learned before. What would happen if I tried to do this new technique, this new, let's say throwing a football? What would happen if I did it with my hand backwards? No one teaches it that way. Constantly be challenging the mind to do things in different ways, which puts the mind into a new way of looking at life. And that's what we need. We need a new perspective on how to look at life. So I hope with this new perspective of me talking to you with a waterfall in the background, you became a little more sensitive, a little more relaxed, a little more calmer, so the mind can slow down. And then when the mind is still, we operate at the highest level of creativity and intelligence. Remember, intelligence, real intelligence, is the absence of confusion. So when we're calm and relaxed, we're no longer confused. We're just soaking in the sun, enjoying this beautiful waterfall, and enjoying life. So I hope this talk helped. Have a blessed day. Love everybody, and peace. Till the next time.